Hello. It's ready. £499.0.
Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871. I'm not even going to try and hide how out of breath I am. Beat a sweat. You would thought that I just got finished doing something extremely difficult. I've done nothing but stand up, take off my clothes, and step on a scale, in addition to filming this as well. I won't subject you to the man boobage too much, but I do want you to understand what I'm dealing with, what I'm going through. Today we're going to be talking about the ruins of poverty and homelessness. Pastor Steve Anderson loves to give his little health guru speech. You know what? Let me get my chair and sit down. I mean, it's really my health situation isn't good. I've been standing up for less than 10 minutes. I shouldn't be breathing this heavy. I should not be sweating. Let me get my chair. Hold on. In addition to the obesity, to the morbid obesity, let's just call it what it is. The night sweats have gotten extremely profuse. It means that my hormone condition has been spiraling out of control. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. My hormone has it's out of control. The night sweats. I mean, it gets so bad where I have to change the towel in the middle of the night, and I have to change my shirt in the middle of the night. It's gotten bad. It's the product of about 4 years of what's clandestinely referred to as hobo food. You know, I've never been one to go all in with the foodie diets. They're very deprivation oriented. I don't believe in deprivation oriented diets. Never eat carbs again, never eat sugars again, never eat fats again, never eat meat again, never eat dairy again. It's like each one of these foodie diets will, pick one of the things I just said and tell you to never ever eat it ever again. And in reality, moderation is key. I don't know. It's almost like, if I had to say, people who adopt these deprivation diets, maybe they are acknowledging in some fashion that they are unable to control whatever it is, their sugars, their carbs, their fats, their meats, their dairies, and like an alcoholic, there is no controlled drinking, so therefore it's eliminated in its entirety. I don't believe in this because food is very much indeed something very different than drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol you can live without very Very much indeed. Food you cannot. Whatever you vegans, and then you even have some of the raw vegans out there. I hate to break it to you, but anthropologists 1,000 years in the future, if they come upon your skeleton, they're going to assume that you were a plant and meat eater just based on the type of teeth that you have. They're made for a particular, because the vegans and the raw vegans will pitch such a stern case that our bodies aren't meant for these things, and that's just not true. Your bodies will suffer if you abuse those things. Do I have to point to articles of hazing college kids? They kill themselves by drinking gallons and gallons of water, depleting their electrolytes to the point where their heart can no longer maintain its rhythm, and they just simply die of a massive cardiac infarction or whatever it's called. So, they didn't drown in the water, but the water did indeed kill them. If you abuse anything, it's going to fucking kill you. 4 years of hobo food. The processed meats. I don't run from any of this stuff. If you guys have been following me, you know I'm not a bullshitter. The processed meats that I've been eating. Come out here, sit down and talk to you guys. Oh. I live in pain every day. My skeleton is under a great deal of stress, as you could imagine. Let's see, what am I talking about? The obesity, it is causing lack of clarity of mind. It's why it's been difficult getting videos out more frequently. Okay, you guys know how I love my cycling. I think I can cut my light off now, I think. And you guys know that I have spoken about how a lot of people will take for assume that a person my size cannot or should not be cycling, and I've clandestinely referred to it as my mutant power, my cycling mutation. I am a big boy who can ride his bike around. Judge John Rosenberger said it himself. Mr. Dunbar, you sure can move that bike. Yeah, I could. When I bought the scale, I thought it was going to give me a reading of about 450 pounds, maybe 455. I was not expecting 500 pounds. It was a devastating blow to the gut. I am saying this because I have indeed reached the limit of that mutation power. My cycling ability, it has indeed been like a type of crutch that I do take for granted. I know not everybody has it. Like I've said before, people half my weight, a third my weight, either can't or think they can't. It might be more accurate to say think they can't ride their bicycle as much as I do. Or should I say, used to do. The bike has indeed sat idle quite a bit as of late. The bicycle, the Black Rider, has suffered under my weight quite a bit. Unfortunately, it took about another $300 to rebuild the back wheel again. And this is out of the ordinary of the usual $500 maintenance that I have each year. it's been difficult. The food, when you can't buy market fresh, um, when you don't have uh, an oven, when you don't have all the things that come along with a home. Okay, I think you guys are smart enough to know what I mean. Um, and then, of course, there is the depression that comes along with it. Um, with my hormones being completely out of check, the depression has gotten very, very bad, very bad. And it's one of those situations where I am holding on white knuckled, or I like to visualize myself as a storm chaser vehicle, and they harpoon each corner of the vehicle down into the ground to just, you bolt and you hold on. I am desperately trying to hold on. I do constantly remind myself that the depression that I am feeling, it is a product of not only the psychological trauma that I have suffered, but also a hormonal condition. Because I'm not producing the correct amount of testosterone, it is having an effect. It's very difficult. Um, I am looking into getting some sort of health coverage. It's pretty expensive. However, there is some good news along with this. I've started getting my energy check, which does help. Excuse me, which does help quite a bit curb the bills here. Dare I say, with my disability, which was never up to what I was making when I was working, but with my disability and with my housing voucher and with my energy assistance, and dare I say, if I can get some food stamps, which will be the cherry on the top, I will pretty much economically wise be back to where I was before this entire nightmare sleigh ride of unemployed, unemployable, disability, and psychological trauma started. Um, the What I'm battling. What am I battling? I'm battling my own weight. I'm not entirely sure. This pulmonary issue. It's cardiovascular. I I do feel there's chest pain. There's pain radiating. Very very dull. It's very minor though. Dull minor chest pain in my left arm. But see, so much of it, my mind is trained to ignore. I I live with pain every single day, so I'm so used to ignoring and pushing pain out of my mind. So when I feel things like chest pain or pain that radiates into my extremities, I'm just so used and accustomed to ignoring it. I mean, my God, if I went to the hospital every single time I had chest pain, I just simply live there. Um, I'm saying all this because I do believe I have indeed met the end of my limit here. My breathing has become labored, and this cough, having lived in the tent, having lived even a short period of time in the storage cabin, um, because I have a severely deviated septum, I always end up opening my mouth when I sleep. And I believe I inhale a great deal of pollutants, particulates, bacterial mold. I believe the homeless living has done a great deal of damage to my lungs, and I don't know how much damage. Um, the cough just won't go away, and I'm worried about that. I am worried about my heart. I'm worried about my arteries. I'm worried about these things. Okay, time have I got? 16, almost 17. Yeah, so that's what I'm struggling with. I am getting ready for the winter. I'm going to do what I can to keep my energy in check here. I have I scored some kerosene. I still got the kerosene heater. It is my intention, and I've got a new wick as well, and some conditioning. Some stuff there. The boots, yes, people, the boots. Come on, let me hoist my big ass up. Oh, okay. Cut the light on. Finally got them. Brand spanking new, baby. Brand new. Matter of fact, they're so fucking new. They're very difficult to wear at this particular moment. I have purchased shoe stretchers, specifically for boots. I wish I had the old ones here and I'd show you a comparison, but it seems like Lake has addressed some of the issues. Like this is a rubber type material, and it does appear to be stitched on and not glued onto the boot, which is really good because the toe of the boot, it took some damage. I wouldn't call it damage. I never ever recalled stubbing my foot in wearing these things, and yet just simply when you ride and the wind moves across, I don't know, it ate up the toe of the boot quite a bit. And it looks as though Lake has addressed that. And there's our Vibram sole. Is this thing on focus? But yeah, it's a leather upper. It's all leather, so the stretcher won't have any problem stretching her out there. I got to get that toe box stretched out. I'll maybe do a video on how it does. It goes in and it's on a 90-degree hinge, and you turn it, and it it stretches open, and yeah, there's our conditioning thing, and we got a new wick for our kerosene heater and our fuel. So yes, getting ready for the winter. I also got some snow tires on order. I have to keep mobile. You don't want to become stuck in this home. 500 pounds is apparently the limit to my abilities, to my cycling mutant abilities. If you don't mind me saying, I think that's pretty good. Most people, when they start getting like 50 or 60 pounds overweight, they call it quits on physical activity. I think I'm doing pretty good, or at least that's what I tell myself. But yes, this is what I'm struggling with. I got a new trunk, for the back here, because our old one, the zippers always die on Topeak's trunk, and unfortunately, like here, I'll show you. I do not know if you can really see it, but it's right here. The zipper, like it'll be like moving along, and then right there is where it gets you know, because it gets really chinky. And it's also up along here, you know, it goes along just fine, and then right there, you know, it just doesn't want to, you know, you really gotta see. Look, I shouldn't have to pull it this damn hard. God damn. You know? Just put it between my legs here. See, it glides just fine. And then when it gets to that spot, you know, and then you gotta pull it really hard. And what happens is, over time, the teeth in this area will deteriorate. And you'll end up with a situation, so we can get some focus here. You'll end up with a situation like this, you know, where the zipper won't mesh any longer, and it ends up breaking off completely because there's no zipper on that at all. The zipper on that broke completely off. So, I mean, Topeak, they do good for the price. You know, for the price. They cost about $120, and you know, it's a commuter pannier. Make sure I'm in focus here before I swing it around. Okay, I think I will be. Yeah. It's a commuter pannier. It's by no means designed for cross-country touring and things like that. I do have the rain cover for it, so I keep it protected from the rain. Every trunk that I get, every pannier that I get, it is silicone treated. The water does bead off of it, so I do take care of it, but it's just simply their zippers. Topeak has shit zippers. The fabric's okay, you know, the fabric lasts, but it's their zippers. So there you go. Let's see what else. So I'll be even exchanging that. I already called the bike shop, and they're no problem. Like I say, Beacon, they're awesome. Oh yeah, one more thing about our thing here. They made the boa to both boas rotate toward the toe. I guess that's what you want to say it. See? And before, the boas only rotated clockwise, which meant you had to spin it for the left foot this way, and for the right foot, you know, for the right one, it would be that way, you know. But they decided to so I have to get used to that, because every now and then I will start to spin it, you know, like that. I don't think it's doing any damage to it. So, oh my God. How much sweat is on my face? Am I focusing? Or am I out of focus? Let me see. Yeah, I should be in focus. How much sweat? And that's just with this little bit. When I do get out riding, and I come, oh yeah, the riding itself, it's like I suddenly began to feel what you normal people feel in terms of riding a bike. It's like 2 miles, like 3 or 4 miles into a ride, and I suddenly feel that I have to stop, sit on a bench somewhere. I'm like, what the fuck is up with that? I'm not accustomed to that. I'm accustomed to getting on my vehicle, and getting my day done. Zipping around town, zipping around multiple towns, and that being that. But that's become a problem. Very much indeed a problem. And I want to share the journey with you if I can, if you're interested. Some of the things that I'm doing, that's what I'll finish off with. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I gotta lean quite a bit these days. Alright, one of the things I wanted to tell you, because you see so many people embark on diets. One of the first things that they'll do is that they'll throw themselves a farewell lavish feast. Let's have one good hoorah before we strike out onto our diet. I cannot begin to tell you how doomed to failure that approach almost always is. I would definitely suggest, kind of like how a doctor will slowly ratchet down a person's opioid use, slowly begin to make changes into your diet. You don't want to do anything too dramatic, too shocking. One thing that I've done, cereal that isn't quite so sweet. Another thing, lightly salted. I am fully aware that a lot of what I'm carrying is water weight. It's why I start to sweat so easily. I am shedding a lot of water, and it's done very easily, so hopefully when I go to lose weight, that means that it'll be easier. I'm gonna do what I can. I don't want to fucking hide it. Jesus Christ, fucking Mountain Dew, So, I'm gonna do what I can to start curbing the dew. Start curbing it. It is diet. It doesn't have any calories, but I think it's the sodium in it that is having me retain water. Spare me the aspartame lectures. I've heard them all. Like I say, I am slowly getting things together. I got white bread. I will switch to a wheat bread eventually. Like I said, baby steps. I don't really eat that much bread. I did, however, this morning, I baked some biscuits. I don't eat all the biscuits. Those tubes, they come with, yes, more do. So I got like the other 4 biscuits right there. I might have them later on. I don't really have that much. You want to see in there? What do you call it? Because I want to tout some of my success. Yes, I know. I'm not that big of a candy eater though. This bag might take me a little while. I'm hitting 30 here, about to run out. This actually has to go. It should be freezer burnt. I'm hitting 30. See if I can get it open and prove it to you. It's cheap ice cream that's fucking disgusting. And if I want that Breyers, then I need to eat that today because that will be freezer burnt too, and not too long. It's starting to get a little ice glisteny. So, it's not like I'm just simply shoveling this stuff down my throat. Alright, I'm at 31 here now. It's not like I just shovel the stuff down my throat. You'd be surprised how much of it does go to waste. Alright, that's it. I share with you what I could. Join me on the journey. Total Control, 871.